Belle Delphine is someone who has garnered a reputation on the internet for a multitude of different reasons. On the surface, a lot of the things she did and posted might have seemed crazy and for many even ridiculous, but in reality, she was building a brand and a future for herself. From a troubled childhood to paving the way for e-girls and becoming a widely known figure across the internet, Belle Delphine has always been 5 steps ahead of everyone, which ultimately led to her making over $30 million over the past few years. But how? Greetings and salutations, my name is Wasabi, I hope you're doing well, and this is the story of Belle Delphine. So who is she? Maribel Kirchner, known better by Belle Delphine, was born October 23rd, 1999 in Cape Town, South Africa. Early in her childhood, she grew up in a Christian-heavy household. Growing up in her family, it was problematic and led to having a rocky relationship with her parents. At the age of 11, Belle Delphine and her mother would come to move to Leamington, England after her parents would end up getting divorced. Following the move, she would go to attend Priestland School, but her time there would end up being short-lived very quickly. When she turned 14, she had transferred schools so that she could have a fresh start. Unfortunately, it didn't take long for her classmates to find the things that she had posted and shared screenshots of jokes that were basically considered inappropriate and offensive. Growing up, she enjoyed watching YouTube creators such as Filthy Frank and iDubbbz, which would lead to the type of comments that she posted online that would get shared around her school.
And when I got home, I was like, there was like this status that was on Facebook. Everyone was on Facebook. And I made a really edgy comment, but it wasn't malicious and it wasn't to hurt anyone. Basically, I know you'll be like, oh, what was it? So there was this ironic Facebook post. And this guy was like, I love cancer. Obviously, no one loves cancer. It's, it's obvious. It's like saying, I love coronavirus. No one does. And then all my friends were commenting like reasons why cancer is so great, like, oh, cancer is so great because you can get free wigs, or cancer is so great because I don't know, blah 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 reason. So I commented, oh, I love cancer because you can go to Disneyland or whatever. Dumb comment, stupid. It totally went over my head. And then basically, because what happens when you live in a small town, everyone sees everything.
Due to the amount of hate that she would receive, it ultimately led to her dropping out of school because it was too much for her to bear anymore. Following the incident that happened at her school, she would come to say, in some ways, it really propelled me more into the internet. When that happened and everyone in my hometown kind of turned against me, it really kind of made me turn against them and go, fuck you. It really isolated me more because I thought the internet was the only place people accepted me. So what led her to online photo modeling? Following her dropout from school, Belle Delphine would go to moving out of her mom's house at 15. Originally, she had come to take jobs being a waitress, a nanny, and a barista. Ultimately though, it wasn't something she wanted or even enjoyed doing.
And I had one really bad night babysitting, and after that night I was like, I am never babysitting again. God. And then so she ordered me for one night. It was meant to be 3 hours. I was like, absolutely fine. Funny story, this was when the exact day Donald Trump was announced that he was president. Ooh. So I was watching the elections as this happened. So I was there. 3 hours goes by. She's still not here. That's fine. They always go overtime. Parents always go overtime. True. So I was like, that's fine. 4 hours go by. Still not here.
Wow.
That's fine. Long story short, she was 16 hours late.
What?
And I was
Holy
the thing is, I was expecting her to come back, so I stayed awake this whole time. I was just watching the elections happen, being like, I'm so tired. But the night just got worse and worse because the kids woke up and they were like bashing like each other and stuff. It was just terrible. It was terrible.
Sounds like a bad acid trip. 16 hours. Good.
It was so bad. And the cheek of it all, right, was when the mum came back, she was like, I'm sorry, I just fell asleep at the place. And usually parents, like, they'll tip like, I don't know, £2 or £3 or something, just to like, because if you're paying £17, you're rounded up to 20 or something like this. She paid me to the pence. to the pence. And I was just like, I have suffered tonight. I have suffered. And then it was just that on top of other things. I'm not babysitting again. That's it.
That's
I got into nude modeling.
There you go.
Her start into the online world would come from her love of fashion. Inspired by the girls she followed growing up, she decided that once she hit 18, she would experiment and try to do the same things they did. Belle Delphine realized pretty quickly that she was onto something when she saw the amount of money she was making off just from posting photos online. Before her popularity was skyrocketed on the internet, the first breakout for her online would be the hey gal face that she did. If you don't know what it is, a hey gal is a term used primarily in hentai to represent an orgasmic facial expression. For Belle Delphine, she understood that with the hey gal face that she was doing, that she was onto something. That for her, just being an online cute girl wasn't enough to stand out and actually make a name for herself. She knew that she needed conversations surrounding her to happen, whether it be good or bad, that there was already thousands upon thousands of girls online, so she needed to do something different that would allow her to stand out among the rest. She said essentially it boiled down for her needing to make content that was either quirky, weird, or anything that would make someone look at this and be like, yo, what the fuck is this? I need to share it with my friends right now because of how weird this is. Belle Delphine said, I like creating a dialogue of, oh, this girl is really weird, but I'm interested, so I'm going to share it. She said, I use the internet for a very long time and I'm practically on my computer all day and have been for several years. I kind of analyze what I click on, what I'm interested in, and what makes me want to ask questions. For many people, like myself, I found out about who Belle Delphine was from the bathwater stunt she did years ago. Back in June 2019, she made a post on Instagram saying, I am now selling my bathwater for all you thirsty gamer boys. And for anyone who was interested, it would only cost $30, and to the surprise of nobody, it sold out instantly. To get a grasp of how big this actually was, you had multiple news outlets covering this, and you had a bunch of YouTubers and just creators in general all capitalizing on this, making videos of them either drinking the bathwater, vaping to the bathwater, or many other different tasks. But for Belle Delphine, this was all just another calculated move. This was her way of testing the waters to see just how far she can get away with things.
Just because I didn't know how many people would order this, I just kind of did it because I could. And I kind of wanted to see if I could. I mean,
after she saw how successful it was, that was the cue for her to up the ante and now try something even more crazier. In October of 2019, she would go to make a tweet claiming that she had been arrested, and that the reason she got arrested was because she spray painted and tagged somebody's card for stealing her hamster. Now, for a very long time, people did not know if this was even real or not. For many, they didn't know what to think of it, but it did drum up a lot of discussion online, which is exactly what she wanted. Ultimately, though, it would come a year later in podcasts where she revealed that it was all fake, that it was all just a strategized move to boost her online presence.
Is it true or is it fake? It was fake. But I'll explain the thought process behind it. So there was in fact a party, which I did indeed have. And at this party, I do have hamsters. I've got 2 hamsters. And at this party, this girl who I didn't know, she was invited to the party, and she took out my hamster and just didn't put it back in the cage. So obviously I woke up, I found my hamster walking around, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? Why did she do this? So I put it back, and then obviously that made me really angry because you don't just do that.
Fuck with someone's hamster.
Exactly. And then a few weeks later goes by, and I was kind of looking online, and you know how mugshots go really viral, Paris Hilton mugshot, or this really attractive guy's mugshot.
Yeah, that black guy that was the sexiest mugshot. Yeah, I remember that was the meme.
They always go really well. So I was like, so this is where I came from. I was like, right, that's a good story. Belle Delphine got arrested. Take the mugshot photo. Now I need to think of a backstory. So I needed to now that I was arrested, I needed to think of a crime that wouldn't make people actually hate me. So I was thinking, okay, what does everyone collectively love? Animals. Everyone loves animals. So if I do something bad, on behalf of animals, people won't be like, oh, fuck her, she did a crime. Everyone will be like, yes. So that's what I did. And this very same day, I was like, right, I'm gonna say someone came to my house, did what that girl did with my hamster, but instead stole it. And then I'm gonna be like, fuck you, I'm gonna fuck up your car. So the very same day, I went out, I bought a car, brought it back, spray painted it, and then posted it.
After the hamster stunt, Belle practically vanished off the internet like a Thanos snap. This was the first time that she had just vanished and disappeared and no one knew where she went, which would lead to many articles and people questioning what actually happened to her. No one knew that if she was alive or what was even really going on. Because you gotta remember, at this time, she didn't reveal that a lot of the things that she did was all for publicity and that was all just a stunt. For everyone who was tuning in, this was just something that was happening. There was nothing to debunk it and prove that it was all fake. Later in 2020, she would come back for a new video titled I'm Back, which was a parody of 6ix9ine's video Gooba. Currently, her video now has 47 million views. The main purpose of the video was to promote her new OnlyFans that she had just created. To the surprise of no one, it garnered a lot of traction. It would lead to her making a lot of money. In a podcast she did at the end of 2020, at the same time, that's when she would announce that she would start going into porn. Early in 21, she would get caught up in a controversy that was related to a fake video shoot / photo shoot she did that staged a kidnap. Ultimately, it would come to spark an outrage on the internet from both sides. You would have some people defending her and some people criticizing her. But to Belle Delphine, she didn't care for the people that criticized her, and she would only double down on her stance that it wasn't that big of a deal. Following the controversy, she would leave the internet once again, and this time people were certain that this time it would be for good. Now, while some people thought it was the controversy that made her leave, others had a different idea on why she left.
It up because I'm not going to be on the internet forever, and I think there will come a time, I think, where I will just probably do everything, and then I think I'll leave.
Following her disappearance in 2021, it would lead to a lot of videos throughout the year being made that question and wonder what exactly happened to her. A lot of people believe that she just got the bag and she had no intentions of ever coming back. Other people believe that she ruined her own career. People question why would she leave when she was at the top of her career and she was only going higher. There was no reason for her to leave. And to many, that statement would stay true until earlier this year. In April 2022, Belle Delphine would come back yet again after being away for over a year, uploading a video on YouTube titled I'll Never Leave You Again, which this time would say that she was here for good and she wouldn't leave again. Now, could that be a marketing trick? Could that be a ploy? Who knows? But knowing Belle Delphine, you can never truly know what she does. Time and time again, when the internet thinks that she is done for good, she manages to come back and bring herself in the spotlight yet again. In her most recent video, she had taken the internet's interest yet again with a new video titled Gamer Boy featuring 2Mad. If you don't know who 2Mad is, he's another creator on YouTube that many people know. Following the release of her video, it would again spark interest of her on Twitter. At this point in time, it comes to the surprise of no one how well she markets herself. You would have comments on her most recent videos saying, the fact that she's managed to stay relevant is impressive and this will just boost that. She is an actual marketing genius. While I do not consume her content, I salute her effort. Jokes aside, her sense of humor and marketing is on point. Belle is unironically a genius for the way she markets to her audience. In her newest video, she also revealed how much she has made off OnlyFans, which resulted in over $30 million gross. Honestly, Belle Delphine is one of those creators that whether you like her or not, you can't dislike her for her hustle. She has managed to do something that many people would strive to do and would easily do if they were in her same situation. It's easy to get mad and upset that she has made over $30 million off the things that she has done, but there's no denying that more times than not, most people, if they were in her same situation, they would do the same exact thing. Throughout her tough childhood to now being a creator who managed to be able to make millions of dollars and then just vanish into Thanos snap without a word, she has still managed to be able to drum up the entire internet and make everyone wonder where she went and why she left to begin with. Now, for many, originally they believed that her career was dead and that she was done for good and that she wouldn't maintain the same relevancy that she had before. For many, that was proven wrong and she's doing just as good, if not even better than she did before. Personally, I think just like with anything someone enjoys or has a passion for, they will always come back. No matter how many times someone might leave or say they're done for good, they will always come back. It has always been proven time and time again. It is just a matter of when, not if. Whenever Belle Delphine comes back, it's probably out of boredom or just because it was something that she did for so long that she can't resist the urge to just come back and keep doing it again. Especially if that exact thing has managed to make you over $30 million in the span of a few years.